Alrighty guys, welcome back again to another video. Today's video is a simple logic video again, and if you could see from the title and thumbnails maybe, you know I will be talking about mouse pads and how it's actually one of the more important upgrades or pieces of equipment you can get. I'm going to mention some of these upgrades, but what makes mouse pads different is I believe they have a I believe they can directly improve your mechanics. Now I'm specifically referring to Fortnite skills and mechanics because of the mainly the editing feature. Editing and aiming, both similar. So yeah, I'm just going to get right into the content, nothing else to say. Pretty much the highest point that I've seen for mouse pads, good mouse pads, is going to be about $40 to $50, maybe some at 60, maybe 60 to 70 after shipping and everything. But still, that's way different than like the minimum of $500 per PC part. Like $500 for a GPU, $500 for a CPU, maybe if you're going max on the CPU. And then monitor as well, and chair can be maybe $400, $500 between the two of them. If I go, I think for like 1 second, none of that really improves mechanics as long as your computer is on and running. So pretty much if you're on a chair and you're at a desk and you have a keyboard, pretty much any keyboard, and your game is on and running and at a modern-ish refresh rate, there's really nothing to be improved there. The deal is with mouse pad. Now I also don't think there is going to be much difference from mouse pad to mouse pad, except one small detail. And I've not heard many people talk about it. Actually, I've never heard it really stopped and explained, which is what I'm about to do in this next section, which this section is going to be about not really the quality of the mouse pad, because like from this mouse pad, you know, it's all nice, it's got all these features and whatnot. It's like this mouse pad brand advertises a lot, all these features and whatnot. Probably not going to be much difference there, but where I do think there's a difference, actually I don't think I know it. And the fact is the size of the mouse pad is what will affect the mechanics the most, and probably the only upgrade that will affect your mechanics at all directly. Okay, switch to hand camera, mouse pad camera, whatever. But anyways, what I wanted to say, you have this mouse pad, $9 mouse pad again. You only have this range. That's about it. You have to aim the same size screen, the 24-inch screen, just this pretty much, like edge to edge. So really the primary benefit and upgrade is going to be with the regard to sensitivity. So if you kind of see where this is going, I'm going to get my game open and show you more. So I'm here in game, I've got them all stacked up. I'm pretty limited here. It is not too bad. If I want to get the same range of motion, I need to turn the sensitivity way up. It's pretty hard to hit him, but I can do him. So pretty much on 18 sensitivity, it gives me a pretty comfortable range, about the range that I would want from a full arm motion, but just on a little pad. So with the pad below it though, already gonna be much bigger, we can probably drop this down to 12. One. I do feel it's a little rough. I'm still getting what the same, say I wanted a 180 doing this ramp, cone. Actually it'll get a little bit more, maybe like over here, but pretty much for the comfortable edge, from middle to edge, 180. That's kind of what I'm feeling I want. And so when I get to the big pad, I have much more room to get from here to here, and I still have tons more room. I can get a full 360 in, but I don't want a full 360, so I have probably go down to 8, drop this down to like 7, middle, edge, a little past, a little bit of room here. Show it on the other side, middle, and then most of the usable edges. Might be a couple thumbs here to go over here. Same feel, I already have much more adjustment range. If you know anything about aiming, this range is just going to help the long range shooting. And on that tripletta, I did get it after messing with, oh, I even got that side jump too. Just didn't phase properly. So pretty much the whole point of this video is to say that the size of the mouse pad is going to directly improve the sensitivity you can have and the more range of motion you can have, and this wider distance for the same turning amount. More distance, you have more distance in between that you can choose from. so you have more precise, slower aim. And so in addition to helping aim, why this should help improve mechanics, because you should have more forgiveness per tile. So this tile I can pretty much select anywhere in here, same with this one. And then on the little mouse pad, if I were to go and turn the sensitivity up to a comfortable level for this size, then it's only just a little flick, if you can see on the screen. This is my forgiveness. If I'm outside of this movement here, I miss the edit. And so a smaller mouse pad with a higher sensitivity is less forgiving as far as edit execution. So I hope I explained it clearly enough, but pretty much generally with a bigger mouse pad, you can directly lower your sensitivity for the same kind of feel for the edge, from middle to edge, if you want a middle to edge feeling. Now, if you are playing directly on your desk and your desk is already a big surface, then you can throw pretty much everything I just said out the window. And the same thing applies to a certain aim training drill. Yeah, bounce tracking. Also, I noticed I think that's enough clips probably of this, but if you can see on the, oh, you can't see, but if you can see the number directly over there, number 1, I got that after like maybe what, 30 seconds or something. And so yeah, as far as this specific drill goes, almost directly proportional to the size of the mouse pad, like percentage wise, to the amount of full eliminations on these bots per minute. So I think that is all for the video. Again, really nothing about the mouse pad itself for material thickness. Really the only reason for the direct improvement is because of the size, and aim is directly improved because I can move my arm as fast as I need to, or as slow and control as I need to aim better. And so yeah, that is all for this logic video. I'm gonna try to edit this to make the most sense as possible. I think it should be pretty easy to understand. But yeah, no sponsors for the video, not by the Logitech mousepad, the Corsair mousepad, or the Zowie mousepad, or the big Arcaloot. Yeah, I just wanted to make this video because a lot of people are talking about like changing a lot of Windows settings for performance. They talk about whether or not you need 240 frames per second over 200 frames per second. Also like whether you need a 4090 or a 4080 RTX. When really, I think a mousepad will more directly impact your mechanics and motion if you do not have a good sized one already. So that is all. Thanks for watching. Maybe you'll see me in other videos, maybe you won't.